Lady Kasidora, I have received word of the conflict between the Requital and the Solar Navy.
I wonder, Admiral. Can you feel it as I do? It is the end of my reign, yet also the grand dawn of a new prodigium. Obedient, docile, complete in its submission to our way of life.
Yes, my lady, I understand.
You understand, but do you believe?
I believe in the Imperium, as I always have.
Good. Then tell me what became of my final decree.
As you requested, our conscripts offered Grand Admiral Willeth relief on Imperium sanctions and a substantial bounty for Blythe. A large dispatch of Solar Navy forces then engaged the Requital flagship, known as the Turbulence.
Do not hesitate, Maimodo. What was the outcome?
As you know, I fought their leader once before at the Battle of New Vegas. This General Blythe. She was formidable back then. But she appears to be even more so now, with the Requital at her command. Her monsters tore the Solar Navy apart, just as I believed they would. They didn't stand a chance.
Admiral, there's no need for such woeful expression. It was not exactly the outcome I desired, but this was beneficial to us nonetheless.
But the Solar Navy was devastated. We had hoped the relief of sanctions would lead them to finally accepting Imperium rule in time and obeying the Veil.
You poor fool. Is that what you thought we were trying to accomplish? I may have shown the Solars mercy at the Battle of New Vegas, but it was all part of a greater plan. The Wheel of Fate has been kind to us, always revealing a more convenient way to remove such pests in time. Understand this, Maimodo. The people of Prodigium will find it much harder to object to the end of these animals when they're the ones responsible for slaughtering each other.
Lady Kasidora, I have served you loyally through nearly your entire reign.
Unquestionably you have. Why is it then that I have a sudden vexatious intuition that you are about to cast doubt upon such a pristine record?
I must object to your actions.
Must you?
You promised there was going to be an end to this sort of genocidal madness.
Madness? Every one of your tasks, no matter how seemingly grave, were sanctimoniously performed in the name of the Veil. Why waste time mourning those that refuse to submit? All who choose to live under the Veil shall be sheltered from the chaotic horrors that persist outside its reach. Reducing the impurity of Prodigium may sometimes require drastic solutions. But we must lead our people to divinity, no matter the cost.
In the name of the Imperium, I soaked my ledger in blood. I bombarded heathen planets. I shot down defenseless refugee vessels fleeing certain death on Venera. I raised an entire city of innocent solar civilians who just wanted to have a good time and revel in the wondrous splendors of tits and ass. Now, I lay awake nights in fear at the thought of what atrocity you would have me commit next.
You poor soul. You're not seeing things clearly. You really should have eliminated those horrible creatures as soon as they arrived. But you did not. Now there's simply a larger infestation to be eradicated. I advise you to think of what happened at New Vegas as a bold step towards fixing your mistake.
You spoke of a grand dawn of the new prodigium, and you asked me if I believed in it. To that, I answer affirmatively, but only because you no longer sit upon the throne. It is Celestina's time now.
Careful, Maimodo. You are still bound to the Imperium, and to the Coven of 9.
You need not worry. I will do as the Empress commands. But you are no longer the Empress. And I need not abide your needless cruelties any longer.
You speak out of turn. You're losing faith, Admiral. I may no longer be Empress, but I have not lost my immense power. Don't be a fool and turn against me now.
I apologize, Lady Kasidora. I have conviction. I swear it upon my heart.
A firestorm of retribution will soon sweep Prodigium, and only the righteous will survive. If you thought serving me was akin to a nightmare, you had better hope the new Empress stands the test of her devotion. From now on, remember your vow to us. Keep those imbecile conjectures in your small head, where they belong.
Yes, it was absurd for my thoughts to stray from the greater good. It will never happen again.
You are forgiven, but I will not forget this transgression. Try to be more understanding in the future.
I will, Lady Kasidora. I will remain faithful.
Yes, you will. You will all keep your faith. Not a single soul shall be permitted to stray from beneath the veil. Lord Azorian.
Oh! Yes, Empress Kasidora!
Address me properly, brother. I've ceased to be Empress for some time now.
I apologize, sister. 1,000 years does tend to create a habit.
I trust the Coven will be able to rely on Senator Popolonius assisting with the energy crisis.
Lady Kasidora! What an honor to meet the former Empress! Yes, of course. I'll do whatever it takes to make sure the Senate vote goes our way.
Marvelous. You may take your leave now.
Yes, I'll be going now.
Excellent work, Azorian. I have always held your powers of influence over these simple creatures in the highest regard.
Thank you, my lady.
It's unfortunate I can't say the same for your lustful transgressions.
I just have a lot of feelings, all right?
Lust is a weakness. Purity, on the other hand.
Yes, I know the words. Purity is strength. I tried to follow the veil and got so far. But sometimes I feel like in the end, it doesn't even matter.
You must forbid yourself from such distractions that will stop you from attaining your true potential as a sea-new. Lest you forget, brother, we are the most powerful beings in the galaxy. Strength you have yet to even imagine lies within your grasp. Yet all you try to grasp is another man's genitals.
Millennia of celibacy. How do you walk the path of purity so effortlessly? My cravings for the hairy, salty embrace of another become almost ravenous at times.
The longer without, the less the craving. You would do well to remember that. Consider what you have to gain. The untapped potential of your lineage. Look upon your Coven sister as an example. Celestina is half your age, yet her powers are already far beyond you. Or even me, for that matter.
Yes, her abilities are undeniable. But I, along with the rest of the Coven of Nine, harbor doubts about her ability to lead us.
You were there. You witnessed the ghastly miracle that was her creation. Though at first we mourned it as our doom, I firmly believe that divine moment was indeed our salvation. She represents the future of Prodigium, and thus the future of our species. My life cycle nears its end. I will not see the Sinew lose the control for which we have labored so hard. With our numbers so few, we must be ever vigilant. These primitive creatures we lord over are opportunistic. They will seek to overthrow us at the first sign of weakness. Do not forget that.
Evolution and natural order. Such cruel mistresses. They endowed us with fantastical powers, yet also stifled our gestation period and birth rate to the point that we are endlessly endangered.
And the Imperium expands more each day. The Coven of Nine will need to convince Prodigium to obey the Veil. We are already spreading ourselves so thin across the galaxy to maintain influence. Our powers must grow, or the Veil will fail, bringing darkness upon all that seek shelter beneath it. Celestina represents both the strength and purity required for this holy task. She will need you, along with the rest of her Sinew brothers and sisters, to guide her.
Yes, I understand.
And it would be best if the hand that guides her was not full of dicks.
Of course, yes. But if I may be so bold, perhaps it would have been better if another took the throne and Celestina was given more time to mature. She would surely then be a great ruler, just as you were.
Great. The people certainly did not perceive me as such. They contend that I made mistakes, dire mistakes, that almost led all of Prodigium to reject the Veil and rebel. I can feel it. The rage of worlds swirling together, looking to tear us apart. Soon, as is customary, Celestina will meet with the Executor of the Veil to deliver her first decree of action.
Where is Celestina now?
She is above us, at the very top of the palace. She meditates in the Falls, the sacred place where Sinew can become one with the universe and find clarity of mind. There, she searches for the path to restore faith to Prodigium.
And if she fails?
I have plans of my own already coming to fruition. You will soon bear witness to the glorious weapons we have built. If the people of Prodigium want a choice, we will give them one. To be purified or purged. Greetings, Erog.
Hey, Empress. Oh, shit, sorry. Lady Kasidora. Glad you could make it.
Only a short while ago, I was the absolute authority guiding all of Prodigium. Now, I've been reduced to meet and greet, groveling at the feet of the peasants that used to be beneath mine.
Wow. Sorry you feel that way. At least you're enjoying the show, right? Pretty kick-ass tunes?
This music is wildly inappropriate for an official Imperium fundraiser.
Judge Falica? Inappropriate? I know you're drifting towards the deep end of your life expectancy and all, but even from you, that's pretty out of touch.
They're currently performing a song entitled Suck Every Dick in the Universe.
Come on, everybody knows that's metaphorical. The song recites an epic tale about a young man with a deep personal longing to achieve true unity by bringing joy, happiness, and a relieving sense of completion to all life as we know it.
If you say so. To me, it sounds like disgusting, gelatinous tubs of malodorous feces flailing their stubby limbs against their instruments while belching all over themselves.
Well, you're not wrong. Cass, you seem angry. I mean, angry even for you. What's going on?
You completed your inaugural discussion with Celestina as the executor of the Veil,
I did.
and
Well, I think she's a swell girl with a good head on her shoulders.
don't patronize me, Erok. Did I make a mistake?
Depends on what you mean by that. Did you make a mistake putting her in charge? Absolutely. Did you make a mistake giving me a shitload of money to make highly powerful and lethal weapons for the Imperium in case she fucks everything up? Nope. Grand wisdom and foresight right there.
This is most vexing. It will defy millennia of tradition if we unleash them upon Prodigium and overthrow Celestina in the process.
It's a little late in the game to get cold feet. Not sure if you're aware, but there's no takebacks or calling oopsie when it comes to committing high treason.
I don't doubt the decision, only the course that awaits us. Concerning that, I require a status report on our programs. Has progress been made with Project Tremor Fury?
Things are shaping up nicely. Not a thing to worry about. In fact, we've had a working prototype for a while now.
This better not be like those other ghastly monstrosities you created under Project Puppet Master.
Hey, that project was a success. They're rampaging across Prodigium, causing all sorts of chaos as we speak.
Chaos does not interest me, Erok. I want control. That is what this is all about. What purpose do you think the Veil actually serves? It's not just some pretty words scrawled into stone by our ancestors. Prodigium cannot be trusted to maintain itself. When the people are sexually liberated, they are most likely to become content. A content population is lazy and dangerous.
I get you're nervous. After all, we're in uncharted territory. You've got me working with insane and dangerous criminals here. Can't expect everything to go smoothly all the time, but actually, we're doing great.
Things are getting too unpredictable. I'd like to see the progress for myself.
Whoa, no way. Did you hear me just now? These people are not fond of the Imperium. Plus, after what happened at the end of your reign, you can't be caught getting involved in this. Why do you think you asked me to do this in the first place?
Confound it. You're right, as usual. It's just that I don't have much time left. I want to be certain that I will leave my place of existence knowing our future is secure.
I understand. Really, I do. I swear that I'm doing everything I can to make sure it goes right. And it will.
You'd better get back to the party. It looks like one of your guests got too close to those Punagarian snatch beasts.
Yes, it does. That poor idiot's gonna donate a lot more than some cash to the cause tonight. Hey, guards! What are we paying you for? Don't just stand there. Get that thing out of my guest!
I despise that man. He humiliated me in front of Celestina.
He had every right. You weren't supposed to be there. Erok has been the greatest executor of the Veil in the Imperium's history. Had I listened to him when it counted most, there would be no need for our nefarious machinations.
He just seems like an arrogant prick to me, albeit a handsome one.
It is Erok's charms that have allowed him to consistently infiltrate dens of dissent and gain their trust, so that we may preemptively nullify them with ease.
Aren't you concerned with leaving Celestina alone in a room with that man?
Don't be ridiculous. She is far too pure to let even the charms of Erok fall to her virtue.
Oh, really? Did you ever consider that perhaps his charms have led you to stray from the path?
I don't like what you're insinuating, brother.
All I'm trying to say is that perhaps someone should check on these so-called weapons programs.
I cannot get involved any further, and I cannot trust you with a task due to the volatile nature of the ordnance. Leave it be. Enjoy the party, but not too much.
What exactly are you insinuating? Sister, when you speak to me in such a way, you make me feel like some infested outcast. I strive to keep the veil in my heart at all times, just like the rest of us.
Oh, yes. You do strive. I'm going to dine and mingle. Just keep your hands off the guests, as well as the rest of your anatomy. Empress Celestina, I have heard most disturbing news concerning the Kloi. A disgraced general has disobeyed the Supreme Council in order to seek justice. He has broken the millennia-old treaty between the Kloi and the Imperium, and now stalks the system with savage malice.
And for what? What has caused such rancor to consume him?
A solar male broke through their formidable defense grid after freeing one of their most vile criminals from the bastion of ignominious exile. Then they landed on Talisan and did something most debaucherous.
Kasidora, I am the Empress of Prodigium. Though I may be young, I must be aware of that which threatens my kingdom, no matter how abhorrent it may be.
Very well, Celestina. The solar male copulated with the Kloi criminal in the Supreme Council's chambers. They broadcasted the act to all of Prodigium, every network.
Oh my! Is that all?
No. Sodomy was involved.
Oh! You mean he inserted his... into her... This man... If such a noxious scoundrel can break through the Kloi's defenses, he is surely a menace to all my people.
You are correct to fear this miscreant. However, you must also recognize the danger of the Kloi. They are perhaps the only species that pose a legitimate threat to the Imperium. The Imperium was created in no small part to ensure their isolation. Though it is now only one rogue general, his actions may inspire others to step out of line.
Yes, you are correct. This is the first real test of my leadership. I must show Prodigium that they are safe.
What will you do?
I will bring justice. I will make it right.
And how do you propose to do that?
Firstly, we must find this solar. I will dispatch some of our elite forces to the Hydra Nebula, and they will hunt him down.
And after this animal is found?
He is to be arrested. This man will stand trial for his crimes, serving notice to Prodigium that such infractions will not be tolerated under my rule. The Kloi criminal will be delivered back to her people. They will decide her fate, as decreed by their ancient traditions.
My Empress, you agreed that this man is highly dangerous. I advise you to put a bounty on both their heads and simply cut them down now. There's no reason for trials or romantic notions of justice here.
There is always a reason for a fair trial, Kasidora. It is not enough to show the people that they are safe. They must also know that I am a just empress. These may be criminals, but they have rights. Capture them.
Think upon your ethics, Celestina. You wish to demonstrate justice to your people? Then kill these deplorable creatures. Prodigium will be better off without their corruption seeping into its foes.
I will not begin my reign with such brutality. My decision stands.
This is foolish. Fear leads to greater control than respect. You will learn this lesson the hard way, but not before your people suffer for it.
I have ordered their arrest, and that will be all for now.
Celestina!
I will not!
Celestina! Calm yourself.
It was your reign that divided Protégé. Your vicious deeds! I refuse your poisonous counsel, witch!
Please, stop it, now!
I'm sorry. I don't know what happened.
Your powers are beyond anything we have ever seen. That is why you were chosen to take my place. Celestina, you must be careful until you learn to completely control them.
You're right. I must be careful. I must learn.
Good. Now, I will give the order to seek and destroy those traitors.
You will give the order to arrest them. You no longer sit upon the throne. You must learn to control yourself as well.
Yes, my Empress.
He put it in her... Oh my, what kind of person would do such a thing? Kasidora, I feel a sudden disorder within myself. A sharp, twisting spasm of shock in the shallows of my perception. Does it reverberate within you as well?
I felt it within my core, as you did.
Something is amiss.
Empress Celestina, the Executor of the Veil has sent word. It is urgent.
Erok? I see. Perhaps he has an answer.
Will you speak with him?
Yes, of course.
Empress Celestina? Lady Kasidora?
Please tell me you bring good tidings? That this feeling we shared was no premonition.
Believe me, I wish that were the case. Something has happened for the first time in the history of the Imperium. Lord Azorian is... dead.
No, it cannot be.
My premonition. I saw this come to pass. Dark thoughts stirred in my mind. Fractured essence rupturing from synapse. I know it to be true now. One of the Coven of 9 is lost.
How did this happen?
Hesitate not, Senator. It must be said.
He died at the Temple of Defilement.
The Temple of Defilement?
Senator Erok, there must be some kind of mistake.
There's no mistake. We tracked his beacon, and the wreckage of his shuttle was discovered there.
Brother Azorian always did struggle with his lechery of the loins. But I don't understand. What caused him to perish?
I'm not sure if I can really...
Erok, please! He was one of the Coven.
He was there to inspect a weapons manufacturing program. But he arrived earlier than scheduled. The facility wasn't safe. There was an accident of some kind, and The entire place was destroyed.
Senator!
Weapons? In the Temple of Defilement? I did not permit this! Why was I not informed of this? I don't understand!
I'm sorry you had to find out this way.
Tell Admiral Miyamoto to prepare our fleet. I must go there, now!
Absolutely not.
What did you say to me?
Celestina, your place is here. Azorian's spirit has left this plane, and he is one with the Veil now. We can't risk losing another of the Coven of Nine.
Sorry, Cass. I know this isn't exactly the time, but it looks like we're gonna need to reduce the count on that name again.
It's far too dangerous. You should see to your Sinew brothers and sisters instead. They are scattered across Prodigium, and you must prepare them for the pain of what has just occurred.
She's right, my Empress. And don't worry. Kasidora and I will start a full investigation. Let us handle this.
You're certain that you will find the truth, Erok? Just swear it, and I will feel protected. I need you now more than ever.
I swear, Celestina. You know I'll always take care of you.
Wait. What is going on here?
Then, yes. I will contact the rest of the Sinew and tell them that Azorian is gone.
In the meantime, I will speak to the Senator regarding this matter. Erok, what were you thinking telling her? You should have come to me first.
As Executor of the Veil, I am required to immediately report the death of any member of the Coven directly to the Empress herself. I'm already committing high treason running the weapons program! I'm not going to start hiding Sinew corpses for the hell of it. There's no way to cover this kind of thing up!
How could I have been so foolish to trust you? And why are you speaking to Celestina in such an alluring manner?
You are having problems trusting me? Okay, first off, I am a charming motherfucker. That's what I do. If Celestina's upset, I'm gonna handle it the best way I know how. And as far as Azorian goes, it's his fucking fault he's dead. He tested Project Tremor Fury on his own asshole. And how'd he find it in the first place? Are you sure you didn't say anything?
I may have divulged some very minor details, but not enough for him to piece it all together. I am struggling to understand how he could have possibly figured it out.
It doesn't matter. We got a dead Sinew on our hands that kicked the bucket in a freak fuck dungeon accident.
Celestina is no fool. She can only be distracted for so long. This little errand will not buy us much time. And the Senate. Questions will be asked. And very soon.
Then I suggest you prepare your lies efficiently, my lady.
Rest assured, Senator. I will. That's enough. This plea has become a farce. No more negotiating, Celestina.
She will listen, and I...
She has openly defied you. This is heresy. You are the Empress. You must not bow to anyone. They must bow to you, or they must be punished.
Are you quite certain, my lady? That ship has royalty on it. If we fire upon them, the consequences could be vast.
You heard the princess yourself, Miyamoto. The law states she can't be royalty if she rejects the veil. She's nothing more than a criminal consorting with smugglers, in possession of stolen Imperium military technology. That is a capital offense. Not to mention the treasonous implication of what she suggested the Empress do with her face and anus.
Kasidora, I can't do this!
This is the ship we've been hunting. They practically forced us into war with the Kloi. Something we managed to avoid for millennia.
You're right. They threaten all of Prodigium. The Veil itself. They must pay for what they've done.
Admiral Maemodo. Kill them.
Empress, is this your wish?
Yes. Destroy that ship.
Very well. Open fire! Blast!
What are you waiting for? Go after them.
We can't! The engine lock has been disabled, along with its tracking features.
What? You are the fleet admiral of the Imperium. How could you let this happen?
They should not have been able to escape. The only explanation is that they have some kind of master hacker at their disposal.
It physically sickens me to know that those treasonous monsters remain alive. Triple the bounty on their heads. I hope that you will see to it that my ailment is remedied immediately and with prejudice.
Yes, it will be done.
All this meaningless extolling about the virtues of change. Every ruler wants to be both loved and obeyed. Do you think I never tried such naive tactics? As you can now see, the stark reality is somewhat different.
I had no answer for her.
I warned you not to be lenient. You should have ordered them to be shot on sight from the start. Now, you've cost dozens of Imperium soldiers their lives. Not to mention the princess is now lost to us.
What if she was right? What if the Veil does bring nothing but sorrow upon my people?
Nonsense. She was corrupted by those beasts. This is how being Empress works in Prodigium. You are responsible for the future of hundreds of sentient species, all of them uniquely defiant. If you let even a single one of these creatures get out of line, it will turn into a decay of order that cannot be stopped without bloodshed. Today, that blood is on your hands. That is why the Veil was created, to teach them to obey.
And what about Azorian? Does his blood stain my hands? Or the Veil?
Our brother was not strong enough to maintain divinity.
What if he was never meant for it? What if the pressure of purity indeed led to his end? What if he would have prospered if allowed to be one with his butt-lust and not resigned to ass-lurking in the shadows?
How dare you insinuate such deplorable, treasonous lies?
How dare I? How dare I? Our brother is dead! Prodigium is in chaos! You did this! You made him hate himself! You made the entire galaxy hate us!
What are you doing?
I can feel their hatred boiling my mind! Do you wish to feel it? And burn like the ones you condemned!
Celestina! You're hurting me! My head!
Kasidora! Are you all right?
You used your powers on me?
Just a little bit.
First you blaspheme the Veil. Then you break the one sacred promise that can never be broken.
And you have broken your duty to me and our people! You are no longer the Empress! And I do not agree with how you serve the Veil!
You sympathize with those that seek to see us in ashes. This was a mistake. You were a mistake. Errol, explain yourself. My summons was marked urgent, yet you waited for days to respond.
If you hadn't noticed, you fired on a ship carrying Imperium royalty. Pardon me if I've been busy cleaning up an unprecedented diplomatic fucking nightmare.
The outbursts of the proletariat are a minor concern at this point. Celestina has failed in ways I never could have expected.
Cass, I gotta ask, are you sure about this? Impeaching the ruler of Prodigium, it's never been done before. The Imperium's already dealing with enough as it is. The people are practically shitting their pants right now.
We will convince them that her dismissal will bring back balance. And if we cannot, our new weapons will have the power to pacify any that object.
I don't know. The procedure on the impeachment alone is going to be a nightmare. I went over the logistics, and you're going to need nearly unanimous Senate approval.
Then we will order an emergency assembly. Get everyone there on time. Right when the weapons are ready to be deployed. As soon as the verdict is handed down, we'll institute martial law and dethrone Celestina.
Who are the sad bastards you're sending on that suicide mission?
My Modo will be given the order. She is fond of him, which will minimize the chances of her fighting back. If she does, and he dies in the process, he will be remembered as a martyr and a hero. Then, until I am actually confident one of the other in the Coven of 8 can take my place properly this time, I will return to the throne.
You know, Kasidora, just when I think you can't get any more you.
Enough with your trifling flattery. We have much work to do. You ought to make absolute certain the weapons are ready.
Of course. And all senators will be at the Imperium Capitol awaiting your arrival.
Excellent. Everything is going to be fine. We will wash Prodigium clean of this miscarriage of nobility.
Cass, you're coming off a bit, holy fuck, is this actually happening? To me. Are you sure this is what you want?
I may never have said this before, but it's something you deserve to hear. Thank you, Erarch. Thank you for everything. You are the only one in all of Prodigium that I ever trusted, or considered a friend.
How truly fulfilling it is to hear you say that. I probably won't get a chance to speak to you again, until after the assembly, that is. What I want to say is, goodbye, Kasidora. I am so fucking good at this.
Imperium officials and loyal servants of the Veil. I come here today under the most dire of possible circumstances. A maliciously impure evil threatens to tear apart our great society. I am sure you have witnessed the unruly havoc as of late in Prodigium. It is with immense regret that I admit my mistake before you. But I must, for this is a mistake that I cannot rectify without your compliance.
Lady Kasidora, I couldn't agree more. You have made a mistake. Many, actually. Unfortunately, you'll never have the chance to repair the damage you and those ignorant fuckheads in the room have caused. But don't worry, I'll be doing it for you.
You! I know this foul-mouthed harlot. What do you want?
Attention to all members of the Imperium Senate. This is General Blood, leader of the Requital. I will be your harbinger of doom for the day. I have just one request. Could you all please grab your ankles and bend them all the way back behind your ears? And for those species without such extremities, simply do what you must to gape your anal cavities as wide open as possible.
And why, pray tell, would we do such a thing, you uncouth barbarian?
Because I am about to fuck your entire government right in the ass!
You treacherous wretch! I knew we should have wiped your repulsive species out when we had the chance. We are the Imperium. You dare threaten us?
For millennia, the Imperium have been using the Veil to oppress entire populations with unbearable moral standards and smiting them when they object. I have constructed a weapon of pure poetic justice to make sure that never happens again.
Did this. Just how many giant weaponized dicks are gonna be in this game?
Worry not, Senator. For I can promise that this will be the last giant weaponized dick you and all your friends will ever see.
What do you intend to do with that obscene monolith?
I'm going to do to you exactly what you did to the Solars at the Battle of New Vegas. I'm shutting you down.
Harry, show me the money shot!
Yes,
Fire!
So long to the Imperium, and hello to a free prodigium.
No, Senator. The planetary shield may be designed to stop kinetic projectiles, but it cannot account for something like this. She knew all along. She did not miss. She did exactly what she meant to do. Wear trap.